So now I got a super dope desk to work on. First off, I just need to point out that when you're doing this kind of stuff on a budget, look at this, oh my gosh. Oh, this is the ghettoest tripod I think I've ever made. Yo, what's going on everybody? It's Gray here, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be actually showing you guys how to edit photos from your phone, how to use Lightroom, the presets, how to straighten a photo out, really simple, how to export it, all that kind of good stuff. So that if you're posting like your Instagram story or Instagram, you want to edit a quick photo on the go and you don't have like a proper laptop, it's pretty good. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. Alright, so you go ahead and just head over to your iPhone and you have downloaded Lightroom and so you're going to go ahead and open it up. So you have all your photos and that kind of stuff. If you do have an Adobe account, you can go ahead and link, if you just sign in, it'll link up all the photos that are in your Adobe Cloud. And let's see, if you use Lightroom on a laptop, it should transfer over. If you set it up correctly, it'll transfer over and that kind of stuff. But for now, if you don't, just create an Adobe account. It's free. Download the app. It's free. And you go ahead and you go down here to the corner and you hit the plus on the picture. And you go ahead and open the first photo that you want. And it should look something like this. And you just open the photo. It might not have the details in the corner. I have set that up, but it should open look something like this. Now down here, this is going to be your toolbar. This is going to be where you get all the different stuff. Each button you click it, it'll open certain things, a lot of different settings that you can mess around with. Once you get good at it, you can just go ahead and start playing with these, seeing what looks good, what you kind of like, it's easy to figure out what each button does. But I'm gonna go ahead and, as you can see on this photo, it's not perfectly straight, so a really fast way to do that is just go right here into crop and then hit straighten, and then it'll adjust it just slightly to where it's perfectly straight with the horizon. Now some photos you can't do that if there isn't a perfectly straight line for it to adjust to. Sometimes it'll make that line perfectly straight and it'll throw the whole photo off. So if you do make a mistake, just come up here and hit this return arrow, or if you accidentally undo it, you can redo it, it's perfectly fine. Now what I like to first do is see what auto looks like. Now auto, it adjusts, it comes over to here and just different lights and different colors, so it just automatically makes that photo more vibrant and it'll get it to the correct settings that it shows. So as you can see, it brings the highlights way down. So instead of the clouds being super bright, it brings it down and it tries to grab as much detail in it as it can, and it adjusts the whites and the blacks. Now that's kind of where I like to start, is I just hit auto and I like to start from there. And then I come over here to light and I just kind of see what I can adjust. I constantly am just looking at the photo, seeing what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what I like to change. So here, the shadows, bring it up, it's gonna make it brighter, bring it down, gonna make it darker. And that is kind of the premise for all the different tools. This is your curve. I don't really use the curve all that much, just because I don't really like it all that much, but hey, if you want to get good at it, it works really well. Color over here as well, you can set it to auto and then it'll fix it how it thinks it should go. Temperature, darker, lighter. If you want a more vintage look, you can push it. You want a darker, punchier look, just kind of what you want. And then kind of with the presets, here's what I like to touch on. I usually do modern 8. That's kind of my style that I've been using on Instagram recently. And it's very punchy. It has a lot of teal and a lot of orange in it, so it's really nice. I really do like it. It's good for more landscapes and product photography. I have not used it that much on portraits though, because it does punch the skin out a little too much and messes with the tones, so I do not recommend it for that. But I'm on modern right here. If you just hit it, you have your favorites, basic, we have the black and whites, so these make the photo, however it makes it black and white, looks really good. It just depends on what you want, whatever you like, if you want it more white, etc. Modern, you just kind of can tap through these, see what they look like. See, that's very punchy with color. That's more vintage, that kind of stuff, and the vintage down here. But I usually stick to modern 8, that's just kind of my preset that I like to work from. Over here, we have the selective tool, so you hit this plus arrow, and then selective, let's say if I zoom in here, let's say I want to make the space needle a little brighter. Go ahead, push the exposure. Now you'll see if you push it enough, it makes that ring. It doesn't exactly look all that flattering, so I try not to push it as much. If you want to up, you just tap here and move your finger up or down, and it'll adjust the feather. So if I set it to 100%, make it really big, and I push the exposure, there's going to be that great feather there. so it blends in with the photo. It looks really nice. And then, you know, I just can sharpen it a bit. And then I zoom back out. Space Needle's got a little more punchiness to it, and it still looks pretty good. Now let's say if you're cropping the image and you want to adjust it for Instagram, so you want to make it a square, you do it 1 by 1, put the Space Needle in the middle, hit OK. No, I did not do that one. I'll straighten it. I want to put it in the middle. And then let's say I want to zoom in a bit, I can just crop it down to the nice size. I cannot zoom. But for now, actually, I'm gonna just go ahead and leave it at the original. And again, straighten it, make sure it's all straight. And then, yeah, that's basically all you really have to do. This sharpening tool over here will sharpen it, obviously. The more you get into the red, the more fringing you're gonna have, so you don't wanna do that all that much. Because you see, you punch it out, it just looks kind of ugly, it messes with the photo. And let's say you want to print these photos, it doesn't look all that good. So I only use that a little bit, try to maintain some detail. Noise reduction, let's say you're taking some night photography, that's useful. Color noise reduction, that I use for portraits a lot. Clarity, I don't really like the clarity tool, just because it makes it darker. But if you're looking for more of a punchy image, clarity is good. Dehaze does a similar effect, but it does make it a lot more punchier. So you can see it is a lot clearer, but it still does that effect that I don't really like. I do not recommend you set any of these settings to max 100. Just the effects, once you get that amount of different settings, it does mess with the photo in a way that you might not want. For the most part, that's gonna be our photo. Looks pretty good. And yeah, that's kind of just Lightroom, the basics. That's kind of just how I edit my photos, what I like to mess around with, that kind of thing. Looks pretty good. And then now to export it, we come up here and hit the upload, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit save to camera roll. And then I do maximum available. That's just me. And yeah, that's basically it. So if you guys did like this video, if you learned something, drop a like down below, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.